So what happened was, the neighborhood slowly, because in my book I go through a process, the kind of the process of what happens and, and,
Mm.
and how the
Mm-hmm.
change takes place. But it was so subtle that
Huh.
we didn't even recognize it was happening. Now,
Yeah.
there are other places where people are a lot more astute than I am
Mm.
or than we were in Portland, and they can catch it immediately, and they can
Mm.
start to try to curtail that and do some things that may slow that tide of gentrification down. But
Uh-huh.
you slowly start to notice, you know, things were changing.
Yeah.
Um, one weird thing I put in the book is like a red colored door.
Hmm.
Now in Northeast Portland, you never saw a red door. Nobody ever painted their doors red. I was like this.
Huh.
Black folks don't paint red doors.
Interesting. How funny.
At least I've never seen. So you start to see all these different colored doors, and you're like, man, this
Huh.
is man, this is weird. This is weird.
Yeah.
This is different, and you don't think too much
Huh.
about it.
Yeah.
And then you notice that some of the homes that are in the neighborhood are being sold,
Hmm.
and different people are moving into them.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then you'll see a plot of ground, where there may have been a house or an old
Uh-huh.
building that's getting torn down, and
Yeah.
something's being built up, and you don't think too much. You don't think too much about it, but as that process just continues, it begins to
Yeah.
snowball, and
Yeah.
before you notice, like, wow, what has happened here?
Yeah. How much time sort of passed from when you think it started, this process of gentrification, to when you realized, whoa, suddenly I realize what's happening here? Like, how much time is that? Is it a
I think
year, 5 years, 10
no,
years?
I think from where we are now, probably maybe about a 15-year process or something
Okay.
like that. Just to
Okay.
get to where we are now, because I mean, right
Yeah.
now our neighborhood is so. So probably about 6 months ago.
Yeah.
So we have a store that down the street from the church, maybe half a block,
Mhm.
and it's a great store. Everything's organic, everything is green. It's just it's just a healthy store, right?
Yeah.
And so I saw one of the guys I grew up with in the community. So they have a little spot where you can buy your food. You kind of go there and you can eat. So this is like kind of
Uh-huh.
pre-COVID. So everybody can
Uh-huh.
see everybody's face
Yeah, yeah.
and that kind of thing. And so I get my food. I go back there and I see him, and he sees me, and he comes over to me, and he just looks totally dumbfounded. It's like, I'm like, bro, what is wrong with your face, man? What's going on? And he's totally bewildered, and he starts going, what? And his hands are up. He's like, what? He's like, what's happened? Because he
Huh.
hadn't been in Portland in like over 10 or 12 years, and
Oh,
so to come back and see everything totally
yeah.
totally different, he's just like in shock. He's saying,
Yeah.
"What in the world has
Yeah,
happened?
yeah,
What
yeah.
in the world is
Yeah.
going on?"
Yeah.
And so, from him being a person who's been, intricately a part of the community, but then being away for a
Yeah.
number of years and coming back,
Yeah.
he's just, flabbergasted at the change that had happened within the
Yeah.
community.